Hello? No. No, I did not. May I speak now? Thank you. I am on the job. You know I can't always answer. Yes, I know. Well, that's a real good way to get shot. Or worse. Oh, well, thank you. No, it didn't come yet. It should come this week. No. Because I'm a professional and I have scruples. I don't work for jackals. I know it's a lot of money, but I have standards. That is not true. We're doing fine. Honey, did you call for a reason? Yeah, I've got time. What'd you need? In my line of work, clients can't always pay on time. I understand that. My wife doesn't. But this job isn't all about the money. Okay. Sometimes it's about the money. They were looking for a woman, but all they had to go on was a 5-year-old address and picture. They knew she frequented some places in Old Town Scottsdale. I was in the area, so I took a walk down Scottsdale Road, showing a picture around, hoping I would get lucky. I checked out her old address, but the lot had been cleared out 6 months before. I spent some quality time with Google and a couple of tacos from Elmer's. The tacos hit the spot. Google not so much. After 20 minutes, all I came up with was that the girl know how to make herself invisible. One strikeout after another led me to where I should have gone in the first place.
Well, look what the haboob blew in. There's something different about you. Don't tell me. Haircut.
Very funny.
Yes. So, what brings you here?
I need help with the case.
Every time you need help with a case, I have to close the shop and I end up losing money.
But you have fun.
Yeah, you call last time fun? I couldn't get the blood out. I had to burn that dress. I like that dress. Oh!
For you.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Something different. Interesting. Don't go anywhere. Excuse me. on.
You get it.
Bring it in. Ooh, pretty. Very nice. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah. So, how's the wife?
How are things ever with the wife?
Touche. There you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Very smoky. Is there a hint of chocolate?
There's a hint of chocolate. There's a hint.
Very nice. So, what's the case?
I'm looking for a woman. Polina Cervinko. Lived in the house in Arcadia until about 5 years ago. House was pulled down last month and there is no trace of her. The address of the house is underneath.
Give me 5 minutes.
You've got 2.
Oh! All right. Ready for story time?
What you got?
Okay. Cervinka is an old family name. Yes, it goes back to Hungary, Romania, more recently Slovakia. This family goes back 1,500 years in Eastern Europe. Then a funny thing happens around 1912. The family buys a vineyard and winery in Spain. They send the youngest son, Vasily, to run it. He falls in love with a Spanish girl named Inez, and they have a daughter who they name Polina.
This is all very interesting, but does this have anything to do with this Polina here today?
I'm getting to
2019.
I'm getting to that. Okay, about this time, the Great War happens. It's World War I, too. Yeah, and they are cut off from the family in Slovakia. Vasily feels that it is his patriotic duty to fight for the homeland and leaves his wife and daughter to run the winery. He is never heard from again. They struggle for years to make the winery work. By the start of the Spanish Civil War, Inez has died of the flu.
When you get to the summer of love, let me know.
Polina loses the winery in the mess that is the Spanish Civil War and makes her way north to Eastern Europe. Now, here's where things get a little fuzzy. 1939 World War II breaks out. Then 4 years later, the Iron Curtain comes down, closing off most of Eastern Europe to the west. There is no sign of her until 1951, when Polina Cervinka and 10-year-old daughter Inez are in one of the last groups of immigrants to pass through Ellis Island. Inez marries one Jeffrey Godfrey in 1968. They have a daughter whom they name Annette. In 1988, Annette marries a man named David Anderson, and in 1994 they have a daughter. This family never seems to have any boys, who they name Polina.
But the last name?
Against all tradition, and in some cases against the law, the daughters all retain the name Cervinka.
You got all of this from this old book here.
This book? Google, mostly, yeah. You gotta be smarter than what you're working with, Mr. Gumshoe. Polina Cervinka is listed as one of the owners of the Sky Lounge on top of the Thomas Building.
Sky Lounge. You're amazing.
I know. Shall I close the shop?
Not just yet. I'll call you if the sky is falling.
Okay, you watch out for her.
Sky Lounge.
May I speak of Polina?
No, she's not usually in until later.
All right. Thank you. This job has always been about sitting and waiting. Cold coffee and gas station sandwiches. 15 years ago, the only thing to do was read a paper or watch traffic go by. At least that part has changed. In this line of work, information is key. The more you know about your subject, the better you can do your job. The important thing about making direct contact with the subject of your investigation is making it seem perfectly natural and completely random. Don't try too hard. Make it seem inconsequential. Excuse me, would you pass the peanuts?
Of course. You like peanuts?
I like peanuts just fine. Mostly I just need something salty with my drink.
Need another? I'm okay, thank you.
Here's a fine bourbon.
Warm brandy, actually. Well,
Well, what?
is it a fine bourbon?
Not bad. The best I've ever had, but not the worst either. Warm brandy. Never heard of it.
I like a warm drink. Just under 100 degrees. Especially on a night like this.
Never thought of that. Smart. I'm Robert.
Paulina.
Nice to meet you.
I haven't seen you here before, Robert.
Well, that's because I haven't been here before.
What brings you in?
I'm in town on business. I've been to 5 states in the last week.
What do you do?
Oh, you know the new 18 cars with the chips in them? Well, I'll go around and replace the old style slider keypads with the new chip readers. I think I visit about 50 grocery stores a week. I talk to the store manager. He says, there it is. And then I'm on to the next.
It must get lonely on the road.
I see dozens of faces a day, all looking at me through the windshield of an oncoming car. So at the end of the day, visit a friendly looking place like this, chew the fat with the bartender or some other poor slob at the bar. Pardon me, I didn't mean to imply that you're a slob.
No offense taken.
What do you do?
I'm a hunter. I'm always on the hunt for the right people. You might say I'm in personnel.
Oh, you're ahead.
Like you, I see people all day, and yet it's a lonely existence. And then there's a competition. It's murder.
So you come here to unwind.
I do. But I rarely have conversations like this. Do I seem intimidating to you, Robert?
Well, I can see both men and women being intimidated by you.
Why?
Well, you're immaculately dressed, you're beautiful, and you exude a confidence that most people don't have.
Most people lack maturity. Even grown men are really little boys. They only see what's right in front of them. No ability to look any deeper. present company accepted.
I'm flattered.
Excuse me. I've enjoyed our conversation, but I'm afraid I must go.
Do you come here often? I'm in town for a few days. Maybe I'll see you again.
Perhaps. Good night, Robert.
Paulina? This job is all about keeping your objectivity. Don't get friendly with your client. Don't get friendly with your subject. It'll come back and bite you every time. The blind went right to the room that Paulina checked into. After 30 minutes, I figured I had waited long enough. Who are you?
Who are you?
We're not going to get anywhere answering questions with questions.
Well, then I'll take my answer first.
I'm Robert.
Are you a friend of Paulina's?
Yeah, I'm a friend of Paulina's.
Me too. I'm Laura.
What are you doing here, Laura?
Like I said, I'm a friend of Paulina's.
Where is Paulina?
Maybe we can be friends too.
Hello, Robert.
Paulina.
You are good at your job. I like that.
Is this too bright for you?
A little.
Thought it might be.
Robert, listen to my voice. Don't look away. Very good. I think it would be much nicer without the light, don't you? So much better. Don't you think, Laura?
So much better.
I admire your initiative, Robert. But I'm just not ready for you yet.
My watch told me I had been out for 10 minutes. When I woke up, they were gone. In some ways, technology has made this job easier. In others, it's harder. I almost wish I didn't know where she was going. I was dreading what I would find.
Please stand clear of the doors. Say the number of your floor or use the control panel. Penthouse.
I like you, Robert.
That's enough, Laura. I want some time alone with Robert. Robert, listen to my voice. There's something connecting us. I know you feel it too. We can be together forever. All you have to do is let me in. Let me into your mind. Let me into your heart.
Paulina wants your mind and your soul, but I just want your body. Oh, you like it rough, do you?
Is that really necessary?
She was trying to kill me.
You were trying to kill her. And me. She was just trying to protect me.
Well, it's my job, Paulina. It's what I do.
I'm willing to forgive. Join me, Robert. You'll understand once we're together. Nothing else will matter.
I think you know a little about me, Paulina. I'm my own man.
Well, except with your wife. Yes, I know more about you than you think.
Well, if you know that, then you know I honor my commitment. I keep my word.
You won't care about all that after we're together. And we can be together forever and ever. I've been waiting for you for a long time, Robert. I knew you were the one. I knew you'd send me.
It would have never worked. I'm married. And I keep my word. Hello, darling. No, it's my fault. I know. No, it's all right. No, I think I know a place where I can get Rotel. I'll stop by on my way home. Yeah, I'm all done here. I should be home in an hour. No, babe, don't worry about it. I love you too. In my line of work, you sometimes have to get your hands dirty. It's just that kind of job. Once I was offered a position at a large private investigation firm. They said I fit right into their corporate culture. Showed me the cube I'd be working in. 100 grand a year. I turned it down. Who wants to be surrounded by a bunch of bloodsuckers all day?